Hello everybody, and Fáilte Rómha Cáride go léir go Crettyard Cunda na Líse. This is the third groups game of the Junior LGFA Championship for 2023. It's between Kilkenny and Sligo. Kilkenny playing just inside the Laois border, very close to the football heartland of Kilkenny in Railyard and Muckalee. And now we have Aura Naveen being sang here in Crettyard. So a beautiful rendition of our national anthem there, and Justin Murphy, the referee from Cork, and his officials line up in the centre of the field there in front of us, and it's Sligo and Kilkenny. Justin Murphy of Cork blows his whistle, a shrill blast of the whistle, calling for both teams to get into position for the throw-in, and we're waiting on both teams to take their positions. There's a strong breeze blowing from left to right as we look out on the pitch here in Yard. So whoever has the aid of that breeze in the first half will need to capitalise on it. It is a pretty strong breeze, maybe a 4 or 5 point breeze in general terms, one would suspect. But it's down to Sligo and Kilkenny to utilise the elements to their best advantage. So Kilkenny, in their traditional black and amber jerseys, so familiar to everybody in the GAA world, from the LGFA to the Camogie to everywhere around the world. The Kilkenny black and amber is famous, and that's the Kilkenny team over there. We'll give you that team now, managed by John Gorey, and in goals is Niamh Gillen from Kilkenny City, cornerback Eva Collins from Kilkenny City, fullback Ailish O'Neill from Railyard, just up the road. Laura Phelan from Callan is left half back, and then Sarah O'Gorman from Kilkenny City, right half back. Centre half back is Emily McCarthy from Kilkenny City, and wearing number 28, playing left half back, will be Amy Ring. Middle of the field is Aideen Cody from Muckalee, and she's partnered by Ellen Lawler, the captain of the team, also from Muckalee. Jennifer O'Keefe from Kilkenny City is right half forward. Centre forward will be the captain, Sarah Smith, wearing number 7, and left half back, Kate Purcell. Top of the right, Becky Lomax from Railyard. Full forward will be Clara Doheny. Clara is from Muckalee. And top of the left, Tara McGrath from Kilkenny City. So we await both teams to get into their positions to start the game. The Sligo team, the long distance that Sligo have come to play this game, down to County Laois, all the way from the northwest. It's up the N4 and then down the main M8 maybe, or the M9 coming down here to Crettyard. So Lauren Fitzgerald is in goals from Owenrua. Right full back is Jenny Cregan of St Nathan's. Full back Ellie McDermott, Shamrock Gales. Ciara Scanlon of St Nathan's is left full back. Right half back will be Claire Dunn, the captain of St Farnans, wearing number 17. She's captain. Sarah Curley of Owenrua, centre back. And left half is Kate Hosey from Curry. Middle of the field will be Sinead Regan from Drumcliff Rosses Point, partnered by Caoimhe Connor, also from Drumcliff Rosses Point. Right half forward, Maeve Castley, Drumcliff Rosses Point. Nicola Brennan is centre forward from Tourla Strand. Left half will be Sarah Reynolds from Giva, wearing number 23. Top of the right, Leah Kelly, St Farnans. Full forward, Rachel O'Brien, St Farnans. Top of the left will be Aoife Harn from Owenmore Gales, and Kilkenny will have that breeze in the first half, and we're just waiting for the throw-in to take place. Justin Murphy, the scene is set, beautiful conditions here, fantastic pitch in Crettyard. There we have, the stopwatch is set, game is on, and Sligo have it with Sarah Reynolds, and straight away they make their way up the field now with Sarah Curley. Sarah offloads it, inside it goes now to Sinead Regan, loses possession momentarily under a lot of pressure, and the foul on the Kilkenny midfielder, Aideen Cody, means it's a free for Kilkenny, and they can mount an attack down the right half forward position here with Jennifer O'Keefe. Jennifer, wearing number 10, runs into traffic, but she's adjudged to have fouled the ball, 2 hops. Sarah Reynolds takes the free quickly, and this is Sligo on the attack now with Sinead Regan. So Sinead Regan, Rigo she's called, and the call comes in for a ball from Rigo into the full forward. There's Rachel O'Brien on the 20-metre line. And again, the referee has judged that she's fouled the ball, a technical foul. So the referee, Justin Murphy, laying down the law very, very quickly in the game in the first minute. So 1 minute gone. Sarah Smith battling there with Claire Dunn on the Sligo team. But Claire Dunn wins the ball and gets it off to her midfielder. And that's Quiva Connor. So Quiva looks up, looking for the run of Leah Kelly. So Leah taking on Eva Collins. So danger here. Leah Kelly, good defending. So Leah Kelly still manages to hold on to possession. She offloads it outside to Rachel O'Brien, and Rachel O'Brien sends it over the bar for the opening score of the game for Sligo, and that's come after 1.5 minutes of play in the first half here at Cretty Yard in County Laois. So kick out now for the goalkeeper, Niamh Gillen from Kilkenny City. So Niamh looking for a player in a black and amber strip to find, but it's down the middle, and it's well won there by Sarah Reynolds. This is a great run through the centre. Sarah Curley, a chance of a goal. The shot comes in, and it's sent in and over the bar. And that was Aoife Harron with the score. That's her first point of the game. It's the second point in total. 2 points to Sligo. And for a moment there, it opened up for Aoife Harron, and she took her point, maybe on another occasion. May have pulled the trigger for a goal, but she was satisfied with the score just to settle the team down in the early stages here at Cretty Yard. Again, Sligo win the possession and they come forward menacingly. Kate Hosey runs into traffic, and as a judge have again fouled the ball. The referee very, very strict on the technical side of the play here in Cretty Yard in the opening stages. So Kilkenny with their fullback Ailish O'Neill bring the ball forward, and they look to respond to those opening 2 scores from Sligo, and Claire Dunn is going to gather that, but she leaves it instead to Sarah Curley. Sarah Curley offloads it down the right hand side. Quiva Connor plays a nice ball up towards the 45. Sligo 2 to the good, and that's a wayward pass, and Sarah Reynolds can capitalise that. Sarah, the University of Galway student, can bring it forward. Captain of the team from Kilkenny City. So Kilkenny under John Gorey making a return to the football ranks this year, which is so good to see. Kilkenny back playing in the league and championship, and it's wonderful for John Gorey and his backroom team and players to see them back out on the field of play. But Sligo on the attack once more. That's a high dropping ball there from Leah Kelly inside, and Aoife Harron has a chance to leave it to Rachel O'Brien. Rachel takes her shot, and that's her second score of the game. Another point for Rachel O'Brien, the St. Farnan's player in good form here today. Took the pass from Aoife Harron and made no mistake, slotted that ball between the posts to make it 3 points to Sligo. Kilkenny yet to register, and almost 4 minutes played in the first half here at Cretty Yard. So the referee, Justin Murphy, asking for a replacement football to be kicked down to that goal to our left-hand side. The referee orders another ball to be placed at the back of the Sligo goal. That's the back of Lauren Fitzgerald's nets, and that's what's going to happen now. So kick out for Kilkenny, and it's Niamh Gillen to take it. So Niamh being the busier, obviously, of the 2 goalkeepers yet in the game. So with the aid of the breeze, goes long again, and it's well won there by Sandra Reynolds. This is Sligo with a chance once more. Sinead Regan gets it inside now to Leah Kelly. Leah offloads it to Aoife Harron. Aoife with the shot, right footed kick, tails out to the right, and it tails wide. So that's the first wide of the game here this afternoon in Cretty Yard. Again, the referee asking for another football to be kicked in, because we've had 2 footballs lost in the early stages. Both of them have gone over the trees at the back of the goals. And, well, one of them has anyway. The other ball is behind the fence at the back of the goals, over to the left-hand side, towards the the right full-back position, corner flag. But there's no spectator behind the fence at the back of that goal to retrieve the football. So, therefore, the referee calls for a third football. So the ball is kicked. A brilliant kick out by the goalkeeper, you have to say. Ailish Gillen, she gets the ball way out towards the middle of the field. And Kilkenny now have a chance to mount a meaningful attack as they bring the ball forward into the half-forward line, and that ball just goes astray. Becky Lomax just couldn't get the ball because the pass was wayward, And Sligo can bring it forward now. Kate Hosey offloads it. And it's the right full back. Jenny Cregan of St. Nathan's has possession. So Sligo passing the midfield now. Doing well against the breeze in the opening stages. Ball is played cross field, but reading the play very well is Emily McCarthy from Kilkenny City. So Emily has possession, bursts out past 2 or 3 Sligo players, wins a free. Referee says there's an advantage being played for Emily McCarthy. Very impressive play by Emily McCarthy, you have to say. She gives it here to Aideen Cody. Aideen Cody under a bit of pressure now. Still under a lot of pressure from Ellie McDermott, but Cody managed to hold on to a chance for a goal here. Sarah Smith takes her shot, and Sarah Smith sends it over the bar, and that's a really good score for Kilkenny. Sarah Smith with the score, and it's come in the 7th minute of play. Sarah Smith, but brilliant play by Emily McCarthy, you have to say. She brought the ball forward from her own half back line, beat 3 or 4 Sligo players, and Aideen Cody participated in that move as well. Finished off brilliantly by Sarah Smith. So a point for Kilkenny, 3 for Sligo, and Sligo bring the ball forward once more. Sarah Reynolds off to Sarah Curley. So Sarah Curley, chance here for Rachel O'Brien for her 3rd score of the game. She's going to run at the full-back. The full-back does well. Referee's blown his whistle, and he's deemed that Rachel O'Brien has hopped the ball twice, and it's going to be a free out. That's my reading of what happened there. The referee gestured that there was 2 hops. We'll just see if the score has gone up. I don't think that's the score. I think it's a free out for Kilkenny. The referee didn't signal with his arm, but he did gesture with his hands that it was 2 hops. So Rachel O'Brien was penalised. Kilkenny have the free out from the edge of the D out towards that left half forward position. Racing out there is Kate Purcell from Muckalee. She's taken on Kate Hosey. So Kate versus Kate. Kilkenny with possession still. Kate Purcell once more. Takes it past Ellie McDermott. They're held up there in the 45. Sarah Reynolds lets it run on. And Kilkenny have a chance to run at the Sligo defence once more. Aideen Cody. And good ball inside. This is Aideen Cody now. Ball goes to ground. Still there for Kilkenny. The shot well blocked down in the end. And Sligo can bring it forward now. Sarah Curley brings it out from the back. She's Aoife Harron for support. But good defending there by the Sligo team. Cormac Reeves' team. So Sarah Curley back to Aoife Harron. 4 more Gales got the 1st score of the match. So Aoife Harron brings it forward. Very good close control and skill level. Looks up, finds her forward running Sligo player in a lot of space there, and that's Sinead Regan. So Sinead again finds another player in space, Leah Kelly. So Leah Kelly offloads it. There's a chance maybe of a goal for Sligo if they work this right. The ball played in eventually, and Sinead Regan slots it into the back of the net, and that's the opening goal for Sligo. Sinead Regan with the goal, and that has come after almost 9 minutes of play, but a really well worked move all the way up the field. Sarah Curley involved, Aoife Harron involved, Leah Kelly and Sinead Regan finishing with the plum. So the kick out for Niamh Gillen. Just on the 20-metre line. 1-3 now to Sligo, 1 point to Kilkenny. And 9 minutes have elapsed here at Cretty Yard in County Laois. If you've just joined us, wherever you're watching the game, it could be in Kilkenny or Sligo, you're very welcome here to the Laois-Kilkenny border. Cretty Yard, not far from Timahoe, just passed through it on the way down. Timahoe, the ancestral home of former American President Richard Nixon. And this is Sinead Regan. Hand passes the ball inside. And another chance here for Sarah Curley. Well blocked down. Ball breaks kindly. Sligo have a chance of a score. It's sent in and over the bar. And that's Sarah Reynolds with the score. The Giva player getting her 1st score of the game. So Sarah Reynolds, very prominent during the league. A brilliant midfielder for Sligo. And she's getting her opening score. 1-4 now to Sligo. 1 point to Kilkenny. Niamh Gillen again sends it long. Ellie McDermott breaks it down to Sarah Curley. Sarah Curley offloads it here now to Leah Kelly. Leah Kelly trying to take it past the Kilkenny defence. But they're patient in their build-up. This is Sarah Curley racing through the centre. It's opened up very, very well for Sligo. Leah Kelly, pull back, shot, and it's in the back of the net. And Leah Kelly has made it 2 goals and 3 points now. 2 goals and 4 points now to Sligo. 1 point to Kilkenny. And that has come just after the opening goal from Sarah Reynolds to make it 2-4 to a point. 10.5 minutes gone in the first half. And Niamh Gillen very, very busy with the kick-outs, and that's gone astray. Sinead Regan, chance to Leah Kelly once more, takes her shot, well saved by the goalkeeper, but the defender must get credit as well. She half blocked down the shot before it was gobbled up by Niamh Gillen, and Kilkenny just need to try and withstand this barrage from Sligo. They have to try and counteract and repel these attacks for a few minutes, and that they did it on that occasion. But the ball played up the wing, comes off a Sligo player. It's going to be Kilkenny ball. Kilkenny will get the line ball. Protest there from Ciara Scanlon, but it's not going to change the decision. This is Sarah O'Gorman with the kick inside, looking for the run of her rightful forward, Becky Lomax, but it eludes Becky, and it's going to fall kindly now for Sarah Reynolds. So Sarah back to the goalkeeper. That's Lauren Fitzgerald, who's had a quiet afternoon so far. And Sligo can take the ball forward there. Claire Dunn on the ball. Upfield it goes, Nellie McDermott, way out from goals. Shouted there by Sarah Reynolds, gets a nice ball down the right-hand wing to Rachel O'Brien, the full forward. 2 points for her so far. Sends it inside to Aoife Howard. There's danger, there's a loose player far side. Leah Kelly, chance of a third goal. Goalkeeper approaches, but made no difference. Leah Kelly has found the net for the second time in the match, and that's after 12 minutes to make it now 3-4 to a point. So again, a well-worked move by Sligo, and maybe Kilkenny just could do with a few extra defenders maybe back there to protect the goals a little bit more during this major offensive by the Sligo team. So Sarah Smith carries the ball forward, gets it now to Jennifer O'Keefe. Jennifer sends it in now to the left full forward position. Racing after is Becky Lomax, but that's going to beat Becky out over the sideline, and it's going to be a line ball for Sligo. Sarah Reynolds is over there to take it, so Sarah plays it in field now to Sinead Regan. Sinead Regan of Drumcliff Ross's Point, and brings it out. So Sligo well in control in this match, 3-4 to a point. Ellie McDermott passes the ball back inside. So still Sligo, still searching for more scores. And Sinead Regan looks for the run of Rachel O'Brien, gets it at the second attempt. Offloads now to Aoife Harron, looks at the post, sends it in with those orange boots, and she makes no mistake. So another good score there for Aoife Harron. That's her second of the match, to make it now 3 goals and 5 points to Sligo, 1 point to Kilkenny as we approach the midway point in the first half. Well, in fact, it's 13 and a half minutes almost gone in the first half, and Kilkenny go short on this occasion. It works out well for them, and this is Emily McCarthy on the ball now. Emily tackled there by Nicola Brennan, offloads it out to Sarah Smith, the centre half forward, wearing number 7. Becky Lomax gets the possession under pressure from Sarah Reynolds. Ball goes to ground. This is Kate Purcell of Muckalee. Looks at the post. Kate does, and the goalkeeper is in control. That's Lauren Fitzgerald. Finds Aoife Harron. So good goalkeeping there by the Owen Rua player out in West Sligo. Owen Rua in Eastskey and out that country. Beautiful part of the world. So it's a free for Sligo just inside the Kilkenny 65-metre line. Aoife Harron goes long with this ball towards Leah Kelly, but it's well cut out the far side, and Kilkenny can bring the ball forward. This is Laura Phelan from Callan. So Laura, under a lot of pressure, gets it to Amy Ring. Amy wearing number 28. So Kilkenny again, free for Kilkenny between the two 65s. The referee's going to have a word now with a Sligo player for that foul. That's Leah Kelly, I think, the player the referee is going to take a note of. So free for Kilkenny to be taken by Ellen Lawler from Muckalee, the captain of the team. So Kilkenny take this free short. Kate Purcell. Kate works it well back, and really, really good play by Kilkenny. Ball is played long to the full forward line. Still there for Kilkenny to hopefully, from their point of view, to capitalise. The shot comes in from the left full forward, Tara McGrath, but well stopped by Lauren Fitzgerald for Sligo. So good positive play there by Kilkenny. Tara McGrath, she was right to take her shot, but the goalkeeper was equal to it. And this is Sligo in possession with Kate Hosey of Curry. Gets it to Caoimhe Connor of Drumcliff Ross's Point. Down the wing, good challenge there by Laura Phelan. Wins the ball well, Laura Phelan. Gets it to Amy Ring now, the left half back. And that's a wayward hand pass and Claire Dunn can sweep that up. She sends it long, and the run is made by Rachel O'Brien, her St. Farnan's teammate, and Sligo. So chances a 2-on-1 here for Leah Kelly, a chance of a fourth goal, and eventually Sligo, they're overworking it maybe, and the point is taken by Rachel O'Brien. It could have been a goal, but Sligo settled for the point, and Rachel O'Brien has struck for her third point of the game, and that makes it now 3-6 to Sligo, 1 point to Kilkenny. 16 minutes played now in the first half here at Cretty Yard in County Laois. If you've just joined us, we're in Cretty Yard on the Laois-Kilkenny border for the third round of the LGFA Junior Championship 2023. Sligo in their white jerseys with light blue trim and navy black togs. Kilkenny in the black and amber strip, black togs as well. Famous black amber stripes. Sarah Smith battling for possession with Claire Dunn. So Claire wins that ball and gets it to Caoimhe Connor. So Caoimhe dinks the ball up towards Rachel O'Brien once more. She eludes the tackle of Ailish O'Neill. Offloads it inside. This is Nicola Brennan. Nicola to Leah Kelly. Rounds the keeper and slots it into the back of the net. So that's Leah Kelly's third goal of the game. So the St. Farnan's player has achieved a hat-trick inside the first 17 minutes. So Leah Kelly with the third goal for Sligo, for herself, and the fourth goal for Sligo. 4-6 to a point the score is now. Again, the ball played out towards that left-hand side of the field. Jennifer O'Keefe is in possession. She has support here from Kate Purcell. Kate offloads it now to Ellen Lawler, and the return pass is given very, very well, dinked forward on that occasion by Kate Purcell, and a foul on the Sligo left full back, Ciara Scanlon, or Ellie McDermott rather. That's going to be a free out for Sligo, and this is Lauren Fitzgerald. Takes it short to Sinead Regan. Sinead hand passes it upfield now to, this is Claire Dunn. Aoife Harron back to Sinead Regan. Back to Aoife Harron. So Sligo well in control here at Cretty Yard. Sarah Curley in possession now. Well intercepted there by Amy Ring, and she can bring the ball forward. What can Kilkenny muster up here? Inside now it goes to Kate Purcell. Kate has support from Jennifer O'Keefe. Back inside it goes. This is great football from Kilkenny. Can they finish? Jennifer O'Keefe once more. Ball goes across the face of goal from Tara McGrath, and a Kilkenny boot tried to get on the end of it, but it went wide. But a brilliant move again. Amy Ring intercepting that pass, and great play by Kate Purcell, and Tara McGrath shot just inches wide of that left hand post, and that deserved a goal, you have to say. It was a great move by Kilkenny, and very, very positive play as the goalkeeper takes that kick out to Sarah Curley. So Sarah Curley to Claire Dunn. Claire, DCU player this year, fantastic performer for DCU right through the colleges championship, and Kilkenny have cut that out. Sarah Smith in possession. So brought forward by Laura Phelan, and she's fouled. The referee has blown his whistle. So Laura Phelan doesn't need treatment. The referee calling in the physio. So let's see. I think the referee is going to hop the ball, if I'm not mistaken. Oh no, he's giving the free to Sligo, in fact. I thought it was a free to Kilkenny, but it's going to be a free to Sligo. Sinead Regan has possession, ready to take this free, just outside Sligo 65-metre line. That wind, as you see there, very, very strong. But lovely conditions here in Cretty Yard. Wonderful part of the world for the ploughing, of course. Ratheniska just up the road, not far from here. The National Ploughing Championship, regularly held up there in Ratheniska, and back in September again in 2023. So this is Sligo looking for more scores. Sarah Reynolds of Giva and Sligo plays it towards Leah Kelly. The ball breaks kindly for Rachel O'Brien. She offloads it now to Sinead Regan. Leah Kelly once more, and this time she takes her point. Leah Kelly with the point. 3 goals rather, and 1 point for Leah Kelly in the opening half here at Cretty Yard for Sligo, and that makes it now 4 goals and 7 points to 1 point. So Sligo, well, as I said, on top, the upper hand with the Yates County, and the Yates County have started with great purpose and intent and intensity, and no little clinical edge up top from the forwards as well. So free out for Kilkenny. Referee plays advantage. So Kilkenny have the possession. So referee goes back for a foul. Eva Collins hands the ball to her midfielder, Aideen Cody. So Aideen was fouled and no advantage accruing. Free to Kilkenny. So Aideen Cody looks up, sends it long up the wing, up towards Tara McGrath. Tara works it well, gets the possession, taking on Ciara Scanlon. Still Tara McGrath, reaches the 20-metre line. Nice pass inside, goes to ground. Kilkenny retrieve it with Kate Purcell. So this is Kate looking for Sarah Smith now. Sarah just at the edge of the D, offloads it to Kate Purcell once more from Muckalee. Kate Purcell looks at the post and sends it in with the right boot, but it tails to the right and it tails wide. So that's Kilkenny's first wide of the game. In fact, it's second wide of the game because Tara McGrath's shot sort of screamed across the face of goal and wide as well. So that's the second wide for Kilkenny. So this is Sinead Regan. Up towards Nicola Brennan from Turla Strand. Offloads it now to Sarah Reynolds from Giva. Sarah drives it into towards the sideline. And referee has adjudged that the Sligo player Maeve Casserly has overcarried the ball and has given the free out to Kilkenny. So free for Kilkenny just outside the 20-metre line. 22 minutes gone in the first half here at Cretty Yard. In this third group game. Free taken up towards Kate Purcell, who's been very prominent, you have to say, for Kilkenny. She's really taken the game to the Sligo defence. Kate Purcell sends it up towards the half-forward line. There's Tara McGrath. Well controlled by Tara McGrath. She races in, gets the ball inside. The chance of a goal for Kilkenny. And the referee doesn't blow the whistle. It's a good tackle by Ellie McDermott. I thought for a minute that Jennifer O'Keefe was going to be fouled, but Ellie McDermott kept her composure and she thwarted that attack, but Jennifer O'Keefe looked like she was in for a goal opportunity. This is still Kilkenny. Aideen Cody gets it now to Becky Lomax. Now we have Sarah O'Gorman. Sligo get the numbers back behind the ball. Sarah Smith in possession. This is still Ellen Lawler trying to drive a wedge through the Sligo defence, but Claire Dunn was having none of it, and she intercepted that pass and took the ball away. And now Sligo can break forward on the transition into attack with Caoimhe Connor. So Caoimhe has open road in front of her, and it's a 5-on-4 situation for Sligo. So Kilkenny will try to prevent at least a goal going in, but Leah Kelly had possession and she's fouled. It's going to be a free in for Sligo just on the 20-metre line. For a moment it was 5-on-4 and you thought it was ominous for the Kilkenny defence, but you have to credit Kilkenny. They stopped that attack, repelled it at the cost of a free in, but nonetheless they ensured that Sligo weren't going to get in for a fifth goal. So a free for Sligo. Maeve Casserly to take it on the 20-metre line against the breeze, but she's looking intently at the post, swings the left boot at it, and I think that's tailing to the right, and it's gone wide, a second wide for Sligo. That wind is very, very strong. So good defensive work there by Kilkenny on that occasion. They were outnumbered, but they made sure that there wasn't a goal scored against them, and they can take this kick out with Eva Collins in possession. This is now Laura Phelan. Eva Collins dispossessed. And Leah Kelly, can she get in for a fourth goal? She's driving towards the goal. In pursuit is Emily McCarthy. She shifts it out towards Maeve Casserly. Back to Kelly. And she blazes the ball over the bar. And that's the second point for Leah Kelly. But it came from a turnover in the right full back position, the Kilkenny right full back position. And Sligo scored a point as a result. Leah Kelly, 3 goals and 2 points. 3 goals and 2 points to her credit so far in the first half. So Justin Murphy, the referee, asking Niamh Gillen to take the kick out once again. 4-8 to a point. The scoreboard tells us 25 minutes on the clock. The stopwatch tells us. Amy Ring sends it up now to Sarah O'Gorman, working it up the wing. Kate Purcell makes herself available for Kilkenny. Gets it now once more to Sarah O'Gorman. So Sarah approaching the Sligo 65. Good play by Sarah O'Gorman. Wins a free. Referee says advantage play. Ellen Lawler, in fact, up towards the full forward line, but the referee has blown his whistle as Clara Doheny was about to chase after that one. The referee had blown his whistle for foul on Ellen Lawler, and it's going to be free for Kilkenny halfway between the Kilkenny Sligo 65 and the Sligo 45. So good play by Ellen Lawler from Muckalee, the captain of the team, playing a captain's role there, and has won this free. So what can Kilkenny plan from this attack? They need movement inside, they need runners to make themselves available, to make a run for that ball. So Ellen Lawler plays it long, and it broken down on the 20-metre line as Sligo retrieve possession. Ellie McDermott has it, crossing the 45, but she's stopped on the 45. So it's going to be a free out for Sligo on that 45-metre line. 3.5 minutes left in the first half. Sarah Curley, Owen Rua, bringing the ball forward, takes it past Aideen Cody. So Sligo with Sinead Regan now to Meave Casserly, her teammate at Drumcliff Ross's Point, back to Sinead Regan. Good combination play. This is Rachel O'Brien and Caoimhe Connor. The ball goes to ground. Sligo have it. Still a chance of a score here, but good defending by Kilkenny. You have to say it. Leah Kelly swings the right boot at it and swings it in and over the bar. So a third point for Leah Kelly. That's 3-3 for her in the first half. So that makes now 4 goals and 9 points to Sligo. A point to Kilkenny. We have 3 minutes of play left in the opening half. And this is Niamh Gillen with the kick out. Niamh goes long with the aid of the breeze, and it just bounces over Sarah Smith. Leah Kelly has possession. This is Nicola Brennan. Aoife Harum back to Leah Kelly. Good combination play, link up play, but the goalkeeper, what a good piece of reading of the play by Niamh Gillen. She spotted that pass in over the top, and she read it really well. This is Emily McCarthy. Dispossessed on that occasion. The referee says unfairly by Sinead Regan. So the referee going to have a word with Sinead Regan. And Emily McCarthy will have a free for Kilkenny just inside their own 65-metre line. So Emily McCarthy made that great run that resulted in the point for Sarah Smith for Kilkenny. So Emily McCarthy, very impressive player as well. So Kilkenny, can they get another score before the half-time whistle? Aideen Cody to Kate Purcell. Back it goes to Aideen Cody. They've got numbers. Kate Purcell on the 20-metre line looks up. Is it going to turn in? And it doesn't. It just stays outside. And it's a third wide for Kilkenny. Very unlucky there from Kate Purcell. That move definitely deserved a score, but it just inches right of the post and wide. So we have just over a minute left of play in the first half. Sinead Regan has been everywhere, you could say, in the game. She's been in the back, she's been in the forwards, all over the field. Very impressive as well for Sligo, Sinead Regan, and she's bringing the ball forward for Sligo. The referee giving Sinead Regan the free, and Aideen Cody penalised. Referee going to have a word with the Kilkenny player, maybe just to say that he wasn't happy with the tackle. So conversation, friendly word in the ear more than anything else. Kilkenny fans not happy with this discussion. So, but anyway, the referee is entitled to speak to the player if he feels it's necessary. I know the Kilkenny fans aren't happy about it, but that's where it is. So almost 30 minutes gone. Claire Dunn in possession, up against Sarah Smith. Claire Dunn offloads it. This is Kate Hosey now, the Curry player, driving straight through the middle, really punching a hole in the Kilkenny defence. To Rachel O'Brien, spills it, gets it back. This is a chance now for Sligo, and Sarah Reynolds' shot drops into the goalkeeper's arms. Now Kilkenny have a chance with Eva Collins to bring it forward. Eva out to Sarah Gorman. So Sarah in the right-hand wing, and it's a free out for Kilkenny. We've 30 minutes now of play elapsed in Cretty Yard, and there is the half-time whistle blown by Justin Murphy, and it's finished at half-time 4-9 to Sligo, 1 point to Kilkenny. And we have to say Kilkenny have had a real test here today against a very experienced and a very strong Sligo team. After the first 30 minutes, they find themselves, the home team really, Kilkenny here, trailing by 4-9 to a point. The story of the first half has been Leah Kelly's performance. The St. Farnans player has scored 3 goals and 3 points. It's a fantastic return for her. 3 points also from her clubmate Rachel O'Brien at full forward. Sarah Reynolds has got a point from play, and Aoife Harn has got 2 from play as well. So that makes it 4-9. The Kilkenny score came sort of 10 minutes into the game. It made it 3 points to 1 at the time, and Sarah Smith, the captain of the team, the University of Galway player, she got that score for Kilkenny. Kilkenny could have had a goal as well. Tara McGrath's shot just went inches wide of the left-hand post, and a Kilkenny boot just couldn't get on the end of it at the back post to turn it into the net. So there we have it. At half-time, it's Kilkenny 1 point, Sligo 4 goals and 9. Join us for second half action after the break. Thank you.
What can happen in just 1 second? Winning goal, winning save, perfect tackle, clever flick, good call from the ref, great shout from the line. The county title, after 30 years, a long way over, in just 1 second. It's a game of seconds. Glorious seconds. Genius in split seconds. By great players. Just 1 second. The difference between a good decision and a bad one. A lost temper, frustrated shout, that gut reaction. We've all done it, and we're never proud. But we can do better. We all can. Sideline, dressing room, meeting room, all places of passion where split-second decisions are made. Good ones, bad ones, some days not so calm ones. It's instinct, we know, because we love it. We just don't think. But we have to. Of others, of our players, of our game. Think before we act.
Take a second, catch your breath. Collect yourself, don't regret. Take a second to make the right call for ladies Gaelic football.
What can happen in just 1 second? Winning goal, winning save, perfect tackle, clever flick, good call from the ref, great shout from the line. The county title, after 30 years, a long way over, in just 1 second. It's a game of seconds. Glorious seconds. Genius in split seconds. By great players. Just 1 second. The difference between a good decision and a bad one. A lost temper, frustrated shout, that gut reaction. We've all done it, and we're never proud. But we can do better. We all can. Sideline, dressing room, meeting room, all places of passion where split-second decisions are made. Good ones, bad ones, some days not so calm ones. It's instinct, we know, because we love it. We just don't think. But we have to. Of others, of our players, of our game. Think before we act.
Take a second, catch your breath. Collect yourself, don't regret. Take a second to make the right call for ladies Gaelic football.
So welcome back here to Cretty Yard, just waiting for the throw in now in the second half of the game between Kilkenny and Sligo. Referee Justin Murphy having a word there with the fourth official. 4-9 to Sligo, point to Kilkenny at half time, of course, here. So both teams playing their last game in this year's championship. Neither team will progress out of the group, unfortunately, from a Kilkenny and a Sligo point of view. So Justin Murphy of Cork approaches the midfield now, just waiting for his umpires to take their positions at the back of the goals over to our left. Sligo have the aid of the breeze now for the second 30 minutes, and the proverbial mountain for Kilkenny to climb. So Justin Murphy, the referee, just putting his headpiece on once more, and we'll have throw in momentarily. Set the stopwatch for the second 30 minutes in Cretty Yard. So there we have it. Kilkenny maybe will approach this second half from maybe a 0-0 point of view and try and make the best out of it and try and do as well as they can in the second half. And Sligo, of course, I'm sure will try to continue their rich vein of form that they showed in the first half here, with Rachel O'Brien breaking through the middle and already a chance of a score for Maeve Casserly. Left-footed shot, brilliantly saved by Niamh Gillen. One of the highlights of the match so far. Niamh Gillen with a fantastic save. You couldn't question the shot there from Maeve Casserly, but the goalkeeper got down and held, not alone saved the shot, but held on to the ball as well. Brilliant piece of goalkeeping from the Kilkenny City goalkeeper, Niamh Gillen. Wonderful piece of goalkeeping skill. So this is Kilkenny with Ellen Lawler, captain of the team. Ellen Lawler, normally. This is Aideen Cody. Sarah Smith, of course, is captain today. Aideen Cody, really good work by the Muckalee player. Offloads it, but it goes to ground. Kate Purcell just can't get her hands on the ball, and Sligo with Aoife Harron can bring it forward. Maeve Casserly once more, denied by a wonderful save by Niamh Gillen just a few minutes ago. Kicks it left-footed upfield, but well read. And that's really good play there by the Kilkenny defender. There's a tussle for possession on the ground between Rachel O'Brien and the Kilkenny player, but that was a great piece of defending. And Kilkenny have won the free out. So Eva Collins, the player, reading that ball very well and winning the free out. This is Kate Purcell. She's bottled up, but she's been fouled. Referee gives the free to Kilkenny. So Kate Purcell looking up, looking for a runner. Goes short, and well taken there by Aideen Cody. Charging forward in pursuit is Sarah Reynolds, fouled on the Kilkenny player by Sarah Reynolds. So Aideen Cody wins a free. Kate Purcell leaves it, and it's going to be a free in for Kilkenny just on the Sligo 45. And we have Ellen Lawler to take it. So Ellen Lawler drives it dangerously in. It's broken down from Clara Donaghy. A shot from Tara McGrath, and that's off to the left and wide. And that's very unlucky there. Tara McGrath once more unlucky with the shot, but well broken down there by Clara Donaghy, the full forward. And Tara McGrath just couldn't apply that accuracy to put the ball over. Again, Emily McCarthy, very impressive. Gives it to Kate Purcell also, getting a lot of possession of the game. Sarah Smith offloads it. Good play from Kilkenny. A chance of a goal. Here's the shot, and it's sent in and over the bar. The goal was on from Katie Grace, but really good play from Kilkenny. And again, Emily McCarthy, the architect of that piece of play, linking up there with Sarah Smith, Kate Purcell. And when Katie Grace found herself in space, the Dunnamaggin player took her point. There was a goal there maybe for the taking, but nonetheless a good score by Katie Grace. Sent the ball over the bar. So 4-9 to 2 points, just what Kilkenny needed at the start of the second half here in Cretty Yard. So Sligo looking to respond with Sarah Curley. Ball on the 20-metre line, far side of the field, but again, good defending by Eve Collins. gets the ball out towards the right half forward position. Jennifer O'Keefe is there. Good football from Kilkenny, using the boot very, very well. This is Aileen Cody. She has a support player inside, Kate Purcell. So Kate, racing through the centre, looks up, takes her shot right-footed. The umpire reaches for the flag. And again, a really good score from Kilkenny. Kate Purcell and Kilkenny have come out a different team in the second half. Their defence are on top, and some great moves up the field involving Kate Purcell. On that occasion, she has taken her score. I think Kilkenny have moved Ailish O'Neill, the full back, up to full forward. And it's going to be a free for Kilkenny over there, the far side of the field. And they're really playing well now, Kilkenny. This is their best patch and best spell of the game. Ball is played low, inside. And out towards the right half forward position. Ball played into the middle, looking for the run of Aileen Cody, but it's cut out by Sligo. And Caoimhe Connor has the possession now for Sligo, just here in her right half back position. So Sligo can bring it forward. Amy Ring is the defender. Ball played low. Well controlled on that occasion by Rachel O'Brien, out in front of her marker. Goes long, and it's well played there by Kilkenny once more. And that's the left full back, Laura Phelan, doing very well. And she gets the ball out now to Anna Bergen, who's in. Anna Bergen. And passes it back here to a right half back, Sarah O'Gorman. To Emily McCarthy. And Kilkenny look a different team now in the second half, really playing with fluidity and cohesion and great combination play as they drive again through the heart of the Sligo defence. This is Kate Purcell. Got a point a moment ago. She takes her shot and she sends it over the bar. Great score there from Kate Purcell. Took the pass from Aileen Cody, her Mucka League clubmate, and Kate Purcell made no mistake. That's a 4th point for Kilkenny. This is a rejuvenated Kilkenny team in the second half. And Sligo now are ringing the changes. They're bringing off Aoife Harron, who has scored 2 points in the game. And on comes number 19, Jade Lyons. So Jade Lyons of Shamrock Gales is on for Aoife Harron on the Sligo team. Jade Lyons of Shamrock Gales. We see that Katie Grace is on for Kilkenny, and Anna Bergen is on for Kilkenny as well. So Sligo taking the game to Kilkenny once more. This is ball played long by Sarah Curley over the top, and a chance of a goal for Leah Kelly once more. Will it be a 4th? It is. Leah Kelly with the 4th goal of the game for her, and it's a 5th for Sligo, and the ball just bounced wickedly over the fullback's head, and Leah Kelly showed that clinical style of finishing that she has exhibited right throughout the game. So Sinead Nocton is on for Kilkenny, for Sligo as well. We see her over there wearing number 20. She's holding up the point of attack from Kilkenny. This is Eve Collins now. Kilkenny with Sarah Smith in space. So Sarah has a runner off her shoulder, Kate Purcell. This is Kate. Kate looking for a 3rd in a row. Still Kate Purcell. Has support outside. This is Ailish O'Neill. And chance now for... Oh, how unlucky. Kate Purcell off the crossbar. Still there for Kilkenny. Purcell once more. Takes a shot. Oh, good goalkeeping. And again, Kilkenny denied by Lauren Fitzgerald. How unlucky have Kilkenny been, hitting the crossbar and then the goalkeeper making a fantastic save. So Jade Lyons gets it now to Caoimhe Connor. Caoimhe plays it into the middle, but Kilkenny are there in numbers again with Katie Grace to Ailish O'Neill. Has Kate Purcell in space. Case back to Ailish O'Neill. She takes her shot, and that's just off to the left, and it's gone wide. So another wide for Kilkenny. That's a 2nd wide of the second half. It's a 5th in total, and the Lions person over there has her flag raised for another substitute. Caoimhe Connor is leaving the fray for Sligo, and we'll just tell you in a moment who's going to come on. I think it's we'll see in a moment that it's Leah Duffy from Owen Rua. Leah Duffy had a good league campaign, scored a good goal against Offaly in the league, and of course from Inniscrone area of beautiful West Sligo. So Sligo 5-9, Kilkenny 4 points. The ball eludes everybody over there. And this is Sinead Regan, or Rigo, as everybody calls her out on the pitch. And Sinead Regan makes no mistake, slotting that between the posts. That's her first score of the game. Makes it 5-10 now to Sligo, 4 points to Kilkenny. Kilkenny really have taken a positive attitude to the second half. They've sort of said, let's forget about the first half and play this as if the game was starting all over again. And they've approached the second half in a brilliant manner and played some great football, and very unlucky not to get at least a couple of goals to add to the 3 points they've scored. So credit to the Kilkenny backroom management and backroom team, the way the team is set up in the second half. Sarah Curley, this is another chance of a goal. Jade Lyons, shot over the bar from Jade Lyons, and she's making her presence felt already in the game. So another point for Sligo, 5-11 to Sligo. 4 points to Kilkenny. Almost 9.5 minutes played in the second half. So Niamh Gillen, who made that wonderful save at the beginning of the second half, takes the kick out from the 20-metre line, and she has a good kick out, but it's well intercepted by Leah Duffy. Leah offloads it now to Rachel O'Brien, and Rachel O'Brien looks at the post and splits the post for her 4th point to make it 5-12 to Sligo, 4 points to Kilkenny. And of course, this is a really good play there by Rachel O'Brien. She's got 4. Leah Kelly has got 4 goals and 3 points. So the St. Farnan's players really doing a lot of damage in the Kilkenny defence. So the kick out taken short to Laura Phelan. Laura has Anna Berg on this side, but she goes down the middle. This is Emily McCarthy. Emily trying to get past Jade Lyons. Emily McCarthy gets it to Ellen Lawler. Ellen sends it to Sarah Smith now. Sarah crossing 65, good solo run. Has a player in space, but the ball just goes to ground, and Sligo can collect it there with Sarah Reynolds, and Sarah Curley comes on a solo run upfield. Referee has blown his whistle. Something was maybe said. Was there something said? We'll just see. I think something might have been said after the ball was played forward. So the referee having a word with Kilkenny player, and I don't think it was for any action. I think it might have been words, and the referee has sin-binned Kilkenny's Aideen Cody. So sin-bin, and that has come after 11 minutes of the second half. So Aideen Cody has been sin-binned. So Sligo with Sarah Reynolds now to Jade Lyons. Jade up to Rachel O'Brien. Offloads it. Really good play by Sligo. Good link-up play. Sinead Regan to Leah Duffy. Shot. Again, the goalkeeper saves well. But the referee, the umpire, in fact, has raised the green flag, and the goal has been awarded. So it was looked like a great save again by Niamh Gillen, but it must have taken the backspin in over the line, and it's gone into the back of the net. So another goal for Sligo. 6-12 now to 4 points. Kick out taken. Sarah Reynolds has it. Clear Maeve Casterly driving through the centre. Prizing open that Kilkenny defence, but good defensive work there again by Laura Phelan. And this is Sarah Gorman to Sarah Smith. So Sarah takes a solo up against Sarah Curley, sends it low into the middle. It just eludes Jennifer O'Keefe, and full back Ellie McDermott brings the ball forward. Referee blows his whistle. Too much taken out of the ball by Ellie McDermott, so it's going to be a free for Kilkenny, taken by Jennifer O'Keefe. As Jennifer gets it now to Kate Purcell. Kate has Ellen Lawler off her shoulder. Ellen gets the pass, and still Ellen Lawler in possession, trying to race past the Sligo defender, and she's fouled. Sinead Naughton, the player, penalised. So it's going to be a free in for Kilkenny, just on the 20-metre line. So the referee allowing another substitute to come in for Sligo there, the far side of the field. So Cormac Reap, the Sligo manager, running the bench. So Cormac has in his backroom team Rory O'Hara, Ciara Mulrooney, Emily Connor and James McDonough. And we see there that it's Katie Walsh of Tourlestran who's making her entrance onto the field of play. So Katie Walsh will come on for Sligo as Kate Purcell sizes up the post here. Right footed kick. It's not going to make it. It lands into the arms of a Sligo player on the line. So Sligo can ease the pressure in the defence now with the right full back, Jenny Cregan, to Ellie McDermott. Plays across field here to Sarah Reynolds to run onto. Sarah Reynolds gets it to Maeve Casserly. So Maeve to Sinead Regan, drops it in, and again the goalkeeper well in control of that possession. That's Niamh Gillen. So Kilkenny trying to work it out of the full back line. This is Amy Ring. Amy under pressure from Maeve Casserly. Amy gets it upfield now to the substitute there. That's Anna Bergen. Good pass by Anna Bergen. Finds her teammate at Kilkenny City, Sarah Smith. Nice ball up the wing towards Katie Grace. Does really well. Katie Grace takes her shot first time. Across the face of goal. Will it stay in play? It won't. And goes out wide as Tara McGrath was in pursuit of the possession, but it just had too much pace on the ball. We reached the halfway point of the second half. It's 15 minutes now gone. Kilkenny 4 points, Sligo 6-12. And the game really has an end of season feel about it. Sinead Regan with the kick. Katie Walsh now in possession for Sligo. Good first touch. Gets it out to Leah Duffy in space. Amy Ring comes to apply the pressure. Gets a nice pass inside now to Nicola Brennan. Sligo rampant at this stage in the game. This is another chance for Sarah Reynolds to score, and Sarah takes her shot left-footed and she sends it between the posts, and the Giva player gets on the score sheet for the second time in the game. So Sarah Reynolds with the score. We're number 23. And the referee again allowing another substitute to come on. Off goes Jennifer O'Keefe for Kilkenny. And John Gorey giving his substitutes a chance to shine here. John Gorey and his backroom team of Owen Hennessy, Teresa McGinn, Siobhan Farrell, Nikki Purcell, and Aoife Dunn. And let's hope Kilkenny will continue to build on this year. And great to see them back, and hopefully in the next 2-3 years there'll be a real force in ladies football again. So here comes Sligo. Leah Duffy with the kick around the corner off the post, and Eva Collins has it for Kilkenny. Drives out, gets it to Laura Phelan now. Laura from Callan to Sarah Gorman, Kilkenny City, the far side of the field. Kilkenny, you have to credit them. They have never given up the ghost. They have never stopped playing and trying hard in this game, and you have to give them massive, massive credit for the way they have approached this match, and especially the second half. They've been tremendous in their effort, and Amy Ring there loses the ball out to Sligo as Sarah Curdy can carve open the Sligo, the Kilkenny defence, and she can maybe get on the score sheet herself. Well blocked there again by Amy Ring, or Emily McCarthy rather. So great performance. So Kilkenny, good resolute defending. This is Kate Purcell. Kate has support there with Ellen Lawler and Sarah Smith. Ellen Lawler gets it, but the pass to Ailish O'Neill is cut out by Ellie McDermott, and again Sligo bring it forward now with Sinead Regan. Dinks a right-footed kick pass out towards this side of the field towards Nicola Brennan. So Nicola from Tourla Strand, centre forward today, centre back during the league. Nice pass inside. Nicola runs for the return pass on the 13. Chance for goal for Sinead Regan, but she slots it between the posts, and that's over the bar. Sinead Regan with her second point of the second half to make it 6-14 now to Sligo. 4 points to Kilkenny. Stopwatch tells us we have 17 minutes and 40 seconds played in the second half of this LGFA Championship game here at Creshy Yard. Cormac Reap making some more changes. Off goes Sarah Curley, Sinead Regan and Sarah Reynolds. No, in fact, it's just Sarah Reynolds and Sinead Regan that exit the park. And on comes for Sligo Aoife Morris-Rowe from Shamrock Gales. Aoife Morris-Rowe, wearing number 18, is on the field for Shamrock Gales. And John Gorey is replacing Sarah O'Gorman. Sarah Smith is going back into the half-back line. And so good to see all the players, the squads, being utilised in this end of season game. So Sligo bring on Aoife Morris-Rowe and Sarah Cunny. So Sarah Cunny from Tour de Strand is in the action now as well. So this is Sarah Curley. Thought she was going off a few minutes ago. Jade Lyons approaches the 20-metre line under a little bit of pressure. Cuts inside. Nice skill. Still Sligo looking for more scores with Maeve Casserly. Left-footed kick. Has a lot of height on it. Goalkeeper again. The keeper does really well, grabbing that ball from underneath the crossbar and bringing it to safety. Amy Ring. And against, that was really good play by Leah Duffy. Anticipated the pass, cut it out, raced through the centre and sent it over the bar. Really sharp play from Leah Duffy. Really good score. And tremendous goal she scored in the last league match down at Kent Park, St Mary's pitch in Sligo Town in March. Leah Duffy got a tremendous goal for Sligo that day against Offaly. They lost out to Offaly, but they did hang on to their Division 3 status thanks to that win against Longford earlier in the season. So Sligo will play their football in Division 3 next year, and they'll appreciate playing at that high level, that competitive level. And the shot comes in and it's sent in and over the bar. That's a great score there from Sinead Naughton from Owen Rua. That's her first score of the game from the West Sligo player. And kick out, that's a tricky one. But Kilkenny, can they collect it? They retrieve that really well under a lot of pressure. And they can drive forward with the ball now with Laura Phelan to Ellen Lawler. This is Kate Purcell. Kate Purcell inside now to Ellen Lawler once more. Remember Sligo, Kilkenny down to 14 players. Aideen Cody was sin-binned on the 11th minute, so there's only half a minute left for Aideen Cody to come back on. She'll be on now in any second. Oh, well taken, but that's a good play by the Sligo player to pick the pocket. Shot comes in from Nicola Brennan, and Nicola sends it over the bar. So Nicola Brennan gets her first score of the game here in Muckalee this afternoon. So we should have Kilkenny's Aideen Cody back in action any moment now. She went off in the 11th minute. Now we're at 21. Here comes Aideen Cody back on. So if Kilkenny hadn't a big enough mountain to climb, having to go down to 14 players really compounded it. So Aideen Cody trying to gather that kick out, but it goes out over the sideline. Niamh Gillen with the kick out, of course, and Kilkenny trailing here to Sligo in their first season back. And I know I'm repeating myself, but it is great to see Kilkenny back playing in the league, and hopefully they will go from strength to strength over the next few seasons. So this is Sligo. Rampant is the rightful forward, Leah Kelly, as the ball is played now to Rachel O'Brien. Rachel takes her shot and she sends it through the post again, and that makes it 5 points for her in the game, and that brings it now to 6-17 to 4 points in favour of the 8th county. So Niamh Gillen from Kilkenny City, the Marble City, if I'm not mistaken. Referee holding up the play. We'll just see what the problem is. No problem at all. So Niamh Gillen is now permitted to kick the ball out from the 20-metre line. She's had a very busy afternoon, but she's played really well. This is Anna Bergen. Gets it now to Katie Grace, who got that great score after half-time for Kilkenny. Just went over the crossbar. Could have been a goal, but it really brought Kilkenny back into the game. They really upped their level of intensity and performance in the second half. But still Kilkenny in possession. Ellen Lawler trying to pick out the run of Sarah Gorman, but Sligo have it back now with Leah Duffy. Leah to Jade Lyons, coming forward at pace to Nicola Brennan under pressure from Laura Phelan. She offloads it now to Maeve Casserly. Looks up, takes a left-footed kick with the goalkeeper underneath the ball. Catches it really well. Laura Phelan can bring it forward out from the defence. Amy Ring cuts inside Leah Kelly, the player of the match really. Leah Kelly, you have to say, even at this stage, Leah Kelly is the player of the match, having scored 4 goals and 3 points so far. Ellen Lawler has worked very, very hard and gets it now towards Sarah Gorma, but again, Sligo work rate is very, very good. Kilkenny picked the ball up with Eve Collins, sent in towards the middle, but well cut out by Katie Walsh. Katie Walsh gets up to Jade Lyons, substitute, crosses the Kilkenny 65, hand pass it forward, but Sarah Smith reads that, but Leah Duffy manages to hold on to possession. She's taken down just short of the Kilkenny 45. Referee Justin Murphy going to have a word with Sarah Smith, and it's going to be free in for Leah Duffy outside the 45. So Leah sends it long up towards Nicola Brennan. Nicola, will she try to take on the defender? She does. Takes her shot, and that's planted in the back of the net. So Nicola Brennan gets a goal for Sligo. That's their 7th of the game. And we have just over 5.5 minutes left of play. Niamh Gillen would kick out once more. Lands it out towards the 45, but again out over the sideline. It'll be a sideline kick to Sligo. Sarah Curley takes it. Looks for Sinead Naughton. Katie Walsh. Sligo have it now with Katie Walsh. Referee has blown for a throw pass from Katie Walsh. Katie protests. Katie demonstrates to the referee just exactly how she hand passed the ball, but the referee isn't going to reverse his decision. He leaves the free out for Kilkenny. And it's sent forward now to Kate Purcell. Kate had a tremendous game for Kilkenny as well today. So Kate getting past Kate Walsh. So still Kate Purcell, unlucky with a goal opportunity to hit the crossbar. Offloads it. She can take the return pass here. Maybe it open up for a goal for Kilkenny. Still Kate Purcell driving through. Held up. Still has possession. Good close control. The ball is ripped from her grasp, but the referee says that's a free in. And Kate Purcell winning a free for Kilkenny on the 13-metre line. Ellie McDermott not happy with the decision. She sort of protested a little bit, and referee has given the free in for ripping the ball from the grasp of Katie Purcell. So Katie with this chance now to kick her 3rd of the game, and it's in the back of the net. There it is. Would you believe it? A goal for Kilkenny. Katie Purcell. That's the goal they definitely deserved in this match. They've threatened on many occasions, and Katie Purcell no more than she deserved for her own personal performance today. She's been outstanding in the Kilkenny attack, and the ball ended up in the back of the net. Katie Purcell with the goal. She's got 1-2 from the left half forward position, and they really deserve that goal. Now here they come. Can they get a second one towards the end of this game? This is Ellen Lawler. Back it goes. Ailish O'Neill. That looks like a foul throw, and the referee is giving the free out to Sligo, and the referee just talking to Ailish O'Neill, describing how that was a foul throw. I think Ailish has now accepted the decision after the discussion. It was explained in detail, and it's a free out. Definitely was a foul throw on that occasion. So Claire Dunn has the chance to take the free for Sligo. The referee has brought the ball forward. Just under 3 minutes left of play. And I think Ailish O'Neill may have said a little bit too much to Justin Murphy, the referee, because he's taken out his book. And we know that, so referees, I think, going to allow the free now to be taken forward, and he's going to bring the ball forward further. So Kilkenny have a bit more defending to. Katie Walsh sends it forward now towards Maeve Casserly. Jade Lyons makes the run inside. Chance of a score for Jade Lyons. Right foot a kick, and that's just slices off her right boot out to the left and wide. That's the 3rd wide of the game for Sligo. And we have just over 2 minutes of normal time left to play here at Cretty Yard in County Laois, just on the Kilkenny border. So we'll give the player of the match. There's been really good performances throughout the team for Sligo, with Sarah Curley having a good game, Ellie McDermott as well, Caoimhe Connor, Sinead Regan has been fantastic. Rachel O'Brien really, really good. But the player of the match for Sligo has to be Leah Kelly, the right full forward. As that shot comes in from Leah Duffy, goes out to the left and wide. So Leah Kelly is the player of the match. On the Kilkenny side, you have to say Really good performance. Eve Collins, Laura Phelan, Niamh Gillen, the goalkeeper as well. Emily McCarthy and Sarah Smith. Aideen Cody and Lawler worked really hard. And as well as that, Kate Purcell has been tremendous in the forwards. Probably the outstanding player for Kilkenny was Kate Purcell in the forward line. So Emily McCarthy not far behind as well. Sarah Smith as shot, and the two midfielders as the shot comes in. And that's a really good kick from Nicola Brennan, and that has split the post. That's gone over the bar. That's 1-2 now for Nicola Brennan in the game, and we're into the final minute of action here at Cretty Yard. Final piece of action for these players after a long season in the National League and in their own provincial championships, and also in the National Championship, which are playing now. So credit all the players for all their efforts, and the backroom teams, supporters, as the season comes to an end here for both teams in Cretty Yard this afternoon in County Laois. Cretty Yard, home of Evan O'Carroll, the senior Laois captain for 2023. And thanks to the people here, the local people, for their hospitality towards us in the commentary position at half-time. Really appreciate it as Kilkenny come maybe in this pursuit of one last score. Sarah Smith gets the ball out to Kate Purcell. So this is Kate, wearing number 12. Forward in front of her, she has Aideen Cody. The ball lands now with Kate Purcell once more. She's looking for a return pass. It goes to ground. It's picked up. Referee has given an advantage. Free in for Aideen Cody. And there was no advantage accruing. So let's see, can Kate Purcell reprise what she did a few minutes ago by sending the ball into the net from a free. It's a bit further out now. So maybe a point would be a satisfactory result from this distance. So here comes Kate. Swings the boot at it. Gets a good connection. And that's over the bar. That's a third point for Kate Purcell, and a very generous round of applause from the Kilkenny fans here. Kate Purcell, 1 goal and 3 to her credit today. Time is up. It's 7:17 to 1-5 on the scoreboard. There's a bit of a scrum there. Both teams trying to dig out possession. The referee Justin Murphy is going to throw it in. And there is the final whistle here in Cretty Yard. It's all over, and Kilkenny and Sligo have brought their seasons to an end. Good round of applause from the supporters here. Comprehensive victory, as you would expect, for Sligo. Kilkenny in their first season back, and they've acquitted themselves pretty well, particularly that second half performance. Very, very good. Trailing at half time by a big scoreline with just 1 point on the board. They came out, they scored 1-4 in the second half. Could have got a lot more. Hit the crossbar. Good goalkeeping from the Sligo goalkeeper to keep the ball out of the net a couple of times. But to have to credit Sligo, they've been very, very clinical in their finishing at the top. Especially Leah Kelly scored 4 goals and 3 points. Rachel O'Brien with 5. Nicola Brennan 1-2. Aoife Harron got a couple of points as well, as did Sinead Regan. So they finished on 7-17. Kilkenny on 1-5. 1-3 from Kate Purcell, who was outstanding for Kilkenny today in the forwards. They got a point as well from Katie Grace. And their other point from Sarah Smith came in the first half. So thank you very much, everybody, for watching. We hope you enjoyed the action here at Cretty Yard. Thanks to Danny on the camera, travelled all the way from Armagh for this game. And thanks to the people here at Cretty Yard for their hospitality. Hard luck to Kilkenny. There's good work being done in Kilkenny, and I'm sure over the next season or two they'll make further advancements to keep going the way they're going. And congratulations to Sligo on a very, very good victory here today to end their season for Cormac Reap's team. So again, thanks very much to everybody. Until next time, Slán agus Bannacht, Córdia go léir.
A lot can happen in just 1 second. Winning goal, winning save, perfect tackle, clever flick, good call from the ref, great shout from the line. The county title, after 30 years, a long wait over, in just 1 second. It's a game of seconds. Glorious seconds. Genius in split seconds. They're great players. Just 1 second. The difference between a good decision and a bad one. A lost temper, frustrated shout, that gut reaction. We've all done it, and we're never proud. But we can do better. We all can. Sideline, dressing room, meeting room, all places of passion where split-second decisions are made. Good ones, bad ones, some days not so calm ones. It's instinct, we know, because we love it. We just don't think. But we have to. Of others, of our players, of our game. Think before we act.
Take a second, catch your breath. Collect yourself, don't regret. Take a second to make the right call for ladies Gaelic football.
A lot can happen in just 1 second. Winning goal, winning save, perfect tackle, clever flick, good call from the ref, great shout from the line. The county title, after 30 years, a long wait over, in just 1 second. It's a game of seconds. Glorious seconds. Genius in split seconds. By great players. Just 1 second. The difference between a good decision and a bad one. A lost temper, frustrated shout. That gut reaction. We've all done it. And we're never proud. But we can do better. We all can. Sideline, dressing room, meeting room, all places of passion where split-second decisions are made. Good ones, bad ones, some days not so calm ones. It's instinct, we know, because we love it. We just don't think. But we have to. Of others, of our players, of our game. Think before we act.
Take a second, catch your breath. Collect yourself, don't regret. Take a second to make the right call for ladies Gaelic football.